Hey, good evening, everybody. It is a Friday evening. Scott Connell here with you, and we are tracking some showers and thunderstorms tonight, especially north of St. Louis, but I think all of us are going to at least have the chance to get in on that activity as the evening wears on. Most of it has been to our north. We've seen a couple of isolated cells developing around the metro area. Nothing that really stands out dramatically in the immediate St. Louis area as being a severe weather threat, but there are a couple of stronger storms that we're going to take a look at right now. And you can see just going north of St. Louis at the moment, you can pick up some of this activity here that's across eastern portions of St. Charles County into far northern portions of St. Louis County. Not severe, but there's probably some small hail in here as you get up towards Orchard Farm, and some of that's going to try to push over towards Spanish Lake. It's certainly a bit noisy as you go up Highway 94 here through the Orchard Farm area and in towards West Alton. This is mostly staying just west of Alton and west of Grafton as well. So the area impacted right now is pretty much a narrow area with a lot of farm fields there in St. Charles County, as well as going into some of the more populated areas of northern St. Charles County, but nothing severe there. Now we look up to the north, it's been a little bit different story here. Look at all that lightning that's ongoing right now across northeast Missouri and with those cells that are pushing down into west central portions of Illinois around Quincy. This is going up north, Keokuk. It's been all around Keokuk. And then you've got this big hailstorm that is sliding down towards Beardstown right now from Macomb and just to the northwest of Macomb. I'm going to add in for you guys the current warning scenario. These are all severe thunderstorm warnings, and they're currently up to our north right now. So not impacting any of our area, but areas in northeast Missouri, over into west central Illinois, dealing with these thunderstorms right now, which are producing gusty winds and some large hail. Earlier, there were reports of hail up to the size of tennis balls up into parts of Iowa. So these storms, as they've initially formed tonight, are forming generally along and just to the north of a warm front. And so hail's been the biggest threat initially along and north of that warm front up into Iowa. But then as we're working back, getting a little farther south and southwest, getting closer to Kirksville, then heading towards mid-Missouri, we're actually on the warm side of the front. And there's also that twisting of the wind as you go up through the various layers. And because of that, the potential certainly exists that we could see some rotation within some of those storms to our north and west. Don't think that's going to be the case in St. Louis per se. But again, that's what we're tracking here as these storms continue to develop and evolve here this evening. Development back north of Kirksville, stretching back north of Chillicothe. This is all what we'll watch, and it looks as though it's going to form an area, a nice elongated area of almost a solid line of storms. And once that happens, then your main threat tends to shift to damaging winds. But in the meantime, we do have a tornado watch that's in effect north of St. Louis. No watch in effect for the immediate metro area, but Macoupin, Jersey, Greene, Calhoun counties in Illinois, Pike and Lincoln counties in Missouri, points off to the north and west from there. There's this tornado watch, and it shouldn't be until 7 p.m. It should say until 2 a.m. I don't think I clicked the save button on that. But that's until 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. So this, if you imagine this, when you're looking at this right now, this is our future cast. So this is one of the models that we're looking at tonight. A few of the high-res models are doing okay. Some are completely clueless with what's been developing this evening. But this one seems to be doing pretty well. And what it is showing us is that we're basically going to be looking at this area of thunderstorms that's developing now, essentially congealing into a nice clump of thunderstorms, a big long line, and you see how it bows out there. You've got some areas where it just kind of surges out. That's the wind pushing out with these storms. And that's why we think as we get, between now and 11 o'clock, this is mostly just north and west of St. Louis. And there is still that greater potential at that point where you could have an isolated tornado. But overall, this is kind of a big wind scenario that sets up. Now, as we head towards midnight, it looks like between 11 and midnight's when these storms really roll into St. Louis, at least the main cluster. The question's going to be, is what's out there right now in North St. Louis County back into St. Charles County, does that help stabilize the atmosphere a little bit, maybe make this not so intense. That's a plausible idea. Don't know if it's going to be able to have any impact on this area coming down. But once we get past midnight and that band gets south and southeast of St. Louis into the wee hours tomorrow morning, odds are it will tend to favor. This is your less likely time for severe weather. But then we'll be tracking, additional showers and thunderstorms out to our west. And that's going to take us right on through tomorrow and into tomorrow afternoon. And again, the immediate threat for severe weather is up to the north of St. Louis with that tornado watch until 2 a.m. Then we look at tomorrow's threat. This will stretch from 7 a.m. until Sunday morning at 7 a.m. So 7 a.m. Saturday into Saturday night. Basically, it's along and south of Interstate 70. So we're thinking tomorrow afternoon there could be some stronger storms once again, mainly to our south. There's also a flash flood watch that's in effect up into Pike County in Missouri and points on to the north from there through the overnight hours tonight, because heavy rain is another big threat with these storms as they push on in. So the bottom line is there's a decent chance we'll see some showers and thunderstorms and some stronger storms, potentially severe weather. Nothing in the next hour, so I think we're good in St. Louis here for a little bit. Don't think this is going to become severe, but you can see it here. I bet it's a great view from Grafton looking off to the south with that storm going across St. Charles County. It's got some small hail in it, certainly some torrential rains. And then the greater threat up to the north is these cells here start to congeal into that line, especially the area that's from around Beardstown back towards Quincy and north of Kirksville. That's what's going to dive to the southeast. And really, that is the area of greatest concern for us as we head through. I'd say in St. Louis, it's probably between 11 and midnight when it gets here. We're going to stay, and we'll be here with you tonight. We're not going anywhere. We'll stay here with you until these storms get through. But they've been producing some pretty sizable hail, some wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. And that's what we really need to be prepared for the potential of some strong gusty winds. Now, the month of June, we had quite a few thunderstorms across the area, including in the metro with strong winds and a lot of tree branches down. Even some trees came down. So in those trees, there's a lot of branches that have been stressed this year. And some of them have probably been weakened. They didn't fall, they didn't break. But you get a good storm that comes in with that weakened state of some of the trees, and the potential is there that we could have scattered power outages again tonight as we'll be looking at these storms rolling through. The good news that we have, the next couple of days, we're not looking at extreme heat. Because of the clouds and the rain chances, the next couple of days, highs should only be in the low to mid 80s. In fact, some of us may struggle to even get to 80 degrees tomorrow or Sunday, especially north of St. Louis. This is what we'll have our eyes on for the next little bit. It's coming up on 9 o'clock. I just thought I'd give you a quick update tonight. If you're north of St. Louis, your threat's increasing now, and so that tornado watch is in effect north of St. Louis until 2 a.m. in the morning. Probably will get canceled a little sooner than that. We may get a severe thunderstorm watch into the metro area depending on just how all of this evolves over the course of the next 2 or 3 hours. So just stick with us tonight. Make sure you have the KSDK app, have those notifications turned on. Check before you go to bed tonight at what the radar is doing and what these storms are doing. We'll be with you at 10 o'clock. Of course, you'll be able to find us on Facebook, on the KSDK YouTube page. We'll keep you updated here through the overnight hours. If anything starts getting wonky, not leaving here until the threat of any severe weather has ended. So we'll keep you posted tonight. All right. So that's the way we're kicking off this month of July. Yeah. After the 4th of July weekend, last weekend was so nice. This is our payback for that. All right. I'm going to let you guys go for now. And again, KSDK.com or the 5 on Your Side app, where you can always get information at your fingertips.